So we're coming in now on my base, which I have now worked on over the course of a few weeks. We've got a full episode series up on YouTube as I've built this base out. I think I'm pretty much done with it. It was just me learning how to build with the various bits and pieces and structures. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, other than this one little area, which I'm still not a complete fan of, but we did figure out how to get these two to match. So I've got a stairwell coming in and out. We'll go into view mode real quick. Take a look at this. Let's hide the menu. So I still haven't finished with the up top portion, but I don't know how much more I'm going to do up there. But essentially, if we can get this to pan out up a little bit, be able to take a look at. I love the flickering on console, guys. It's amazing. Okay, let's back out. So you can see it extends all the way kind of down into there, and then up on top we've got a landing pad. That flickering, there we go. You have to get the camera in a perfect angle, otherwise it does flicker. It's wonky, man. Something like that. On the other side of the island, there's a little house that I built, but I'm not going to do any decorating with it. This was just me learning how all the bits and pieces fit together, and I'm pretty happy with where this turned out. We'll go do a tour right now for those of you who might not have seen it, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be, I'm going to call this done, and we're about to go start work on another base, which I'm going to show it off in a little bit, where we're going to start that base build, because I've got another planet in mind. But I'm kind of just also waiting for Worlds Update 2, which is going to add a whole bunch of new underwater stuff, as I understand it. We have an old landing pad up top with a portal coming in, and then we've got this landing pad built here with a structure, and we've got multiple structures out here which lead down through these tunnels out over into here. We've got a rigged platform of some kind. We've got a tunnel. This leads to a cave. So there's a natural cave system that drops in right there. So you go out of that, we go down into the cave, and then there's all these branching paths that you could take down throughout this cave. The place goes on forever. I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously, I could have done some things different or even better. But I'm learning base building, and I'm overall satisfied with how this place turned out. I'm also doing outpost building in Starfield right now. For those of you who want to take a look at that stuff as well, there's another outpost building series that I have for that game. The only place of this entire build that I'm not 100%, I'm not totally satisfied with is because I built it at two different ends, and then I met in the middle, which is the wrong way to do it. But I was learning base building, so I started on land, and then I built down, and I didn't quite understand how all the bits and pieces work together. Now that I do, I have a better idea of how to plan a base, and so we're going to build a new base in a different place, which is going to have a different layout, and I'll be able to start from one side and just work my way across and then down into the water. So because of that, I can't get this to line up the way I want, so I just put a couple of moon gates at the end, and honestly, very few people will ever directly notice that. But the idea is you're going to come in here through the moon gates, and then you go in here into this chamber. Now there's a ladder. There's no power to it right now, but there's a ladder because that chamber goes all the way up to here. So there's like 6 of those chambers or 8 of those chambers stacked going straight up through the heart of that, and each one of those can be like a storage room or living quarters or whatever, but there's a stack of those central storage containers going up through there. I didn't use any hollow teleporters, hollow pads, whatever they're called, because I wanted this all to connect together um, before I worried about all that other stuff. So, yeah, there's a couple of things I could do to finish this off, Rolf, which is going to be more solar panels and things of that nature. But this was mostly about me learning how all the pieces fit together. So when I started, I built this. This was all it had. It had this platform. It had the landing pad, one solar panel right there, and then it ran down into this little chamber right here. And I only had the one chamber, and then that portal's right there as well. And then that was all that was here for a long time. And then I built the house on the other side of the island, which was cool. But it was just, again, learning how all the bits and pieces go together and then going, oh, that's what happens when you build into the environment, and then stuff comes back, and oh, now I understand. Okay, cool. And then coming down here and building all of this. Overall, like I said, I am, you know, I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. But there's a lot of learning left, and there's still a whole bunch of stuff I don't know. And then like watching Beeblebum's videos on like glitch building and stuff is like, I don't think I'll ever get that deep into the base building here. But I have to admit, this was more fun than I thought it would be. By the way, half of this was done the normal way, and I totally gave up and did the rest of it with creative mode when it came to the building, because you know what was a pain in the ass? These glass tunnels require that little the green, I forget what it's called. There's a green thing that you mine off of the side of those gas chambers underwater, and you can get 3 of them per like gas chamber. I don't remember what they're called. You guys know what I'm talking about. They explode when you mine them. Those things are a huge pain in the ass to gather, and it needed a metric boatload of those to make the glass tunnels. So I was like, nope, we're going creative mode for that. But I'm very pleased with this. We can go down at some point and wire everything up. But in the meantime, come in here. I could drop all the way down. It's not gonna let me. No. There we go. There we go. Still another. Come on. Come on, you can fall. You can do it. Come on. Don't climb the ladder. God, it always wants to climb the ladder. It's really tricky to get off. Anyway, you can come all the way down here. The coolest thing about this for me was when I first saw this location, I knew that I wanted to build something here because I knew I was going to be able to connect to the underwater tunnels. So that was the biggest part of this for me, was coming down here and being able to have this doorway and boom, you're down into these tunnels, which go on. Oh, you want to go left? You want to go right? Let's go right. Oh, what's that? Another branching path? You want to go left? You want to go right? I don't know. Let's go left. Oh, what's that? Another branch? You want to go left? You want to go right? I think left dead ends down here. But like, there's all this stuff you can explore down in here. And I came down in here when I first got my submersible and roamed around in these tunnels and was like, I have got to build a base. Now, what would be really cool, and I'm sure you could with glitch building and stuff, but I don't know enough of how to do all that yet. What would be really cool would be to take advantage of this natural cave structure and bring, like, the tubing down in here so that you can continue building your structure out and have, you know, glass tunnels and little research chambers down in here. And you probably totally could with like the holograph projector things, the teleporters. because you could come down here and build another little room or a structure, and then have a teleporter come down to here, and then have another one that's a little deeper in, and another one that's a little deeper in. But this was the coolest structure for me. The coolest part of this overall environment when I came down in here was the underwater stuff, and then I went, you know, being able to have this overall structure that links back to the land base. I'm like I said, overall very pleased with it. Had a lot of fun building it, but I think we're ready for the next one, which we're gonna go showcase where we're gonna go really quick. There's my submersible down there. Heading on up the stairs. Woo! I need some more coffee. That's a fact. We'll go see if there's any left, because I know Chris has been up for a while, so she might have finished it off. Alright. Refuel this bad boy. This is before I knew about solar panels, by the way. That's when this was built. Your bases. What's the name of the other one that we wanted to do? Oh, Ice Baby. It's this place. This is gonna be where the next base build starts. And once I'm satisfied with the build on this planet, I'm also going to be opening this up to the community. But this will be my private space for a little bit. But I already have in mind what I want to do. And because the world's update might be a little bit out, I don't know if it'll change too much of the underwater stuff, but here's what I have. We need to get a better view out of here. So let's go ahead and come on up. This is an icy planet with amazing views. Look at that sun. Look at that. So let's get a little bit out from here. Going to photo mode. So this is the island base. Okay. There is nothing for miles other than a couple of other little islands. This is going to be the next build, guys. So, I've got this island base. There's going to be a structure up on top, like a research facility or something that's all about studying the sky and the stars. But then we're going to be coming down the backside of this. We've got this little island land bridge between these two pieces. And then I'm going to have my main structure is going to be down here in this bowl, right around here somewhere, sheltered from the winds because we have that hill right there. So we're going to be down here with the ability to go into this little bay right here. So we're going to have something built out around this little bay with the main base structure right here and some sort of research facility up top. And then that at the bay is going to go down into an underwater base, which is going to extend out from there into the water and into the great unknown of the ocean. So this base, I anticipate, will take me a while because it's going to be a work in progress. We're going to start working on this next week. This is going to be the next big thing for me. Definitely going to do it all in creative mode. I have no desire to go grind materials for weeks on end. But we've still got quests and stuff to do. When I'm doing quests and things of that nature, I'm happy to go do the grind. So now that we've got that in mind, that's a good timestamp because I'll pull that out as its own video on YouTube. at the 202 mark.